Hello, I'm Jay Marie McKay, and I am the Innovation and Gifted Instructor at Coomer Elementary School, which is part of the Governor Mifflin School District. We are close to Reading, Pennsylvania, located in Shillington. So I'm excited to share with you a lesson that was successful for me, a virtual lesson that was actually done asynchronistically. It is called STEM Your Fort. And I was inspired by this particular lesson from the book, The Little Red Fort, which is by Brenda Mayer. We all know as educators that the best lessons start with a really good book. And when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is going to be perfect for a STEM challenge. So I wrote the lesson because literature always inspires us. This slide next is a place where the students can actually listen to the story. It's a YouTube link when they click on the story, and it takes them through Brenda Mayer's story of the Little Red Fort. From there, I want the students to learn more information about engineering and design. And Brain Pop Junior has a really good resource called Engineering and Design, and it teaches them the steps of the engineering and design process in a really fun animated way. Again, they would just click on the picture and it takes them right to the Brain Pop Junior. From there, I want to be the teacher. I want to teach them, even though I'm not at home with them. I want to teach them by creating a screencastify the engineering and design process. I like Screencastify because it allows us to personalize our lessons. It allows us still to teach even though we're away from our students. I feel that that personal connection is even more important when we are not with our children, when we need to still touch base with them and they need to feel like it's their teacher teaching them. So if you click right here, it would be me, a recording of me doing the teaching part, teaching them about the engineering and design process using the graphic organizer in order to show them the steps, the ask, the imagine, the plan, the create, and the improve, the iteration. I've been using Screencastify in my lessons to personalize the learning so the children feel closer to me, even though I'm not at their house. Oh, SciShow Kids. This is a great resource. We use this within our innovation lessons. Also, in our curriculum, we do environmental science later on in the year, and there's some really good tie-ins that just teach 3 minutes or 4 minutes worth of video that's packed with a lot of the vocabulary and a lot of what we are trying to teach with the standards within these quick videos. So I love SciShow Kids. I chose how to build a sheet fort because I was thinking about at home, well, what are they going to use? I'm not providing them the materials, but I want to give them some ideas. So this really drums home the point of using your sheets from your bed, possibly blankets, pillows, another just really good place for them to get some ideas prior to building and also before making their plan. So from there, we're going to go into the challenge. And the challenge for this particular book, this challenge is to use materials from your home to create a fort to share with Mrs. McKay. Remember to use the engineering and design process as you build your fort. Don't forget to share your fort on the Flipgrid on the next slide. And I also want to remind them to use their growth mindset, because without that growth mindset, we are not going to get anywhere. We start every STEM lesson with some type of growth mindset. We might be teaching them the power of yet, or the younger ones, we actually will chant that to get them pumped up to say, you just can't do it yet. But with hard work and determination and lots of failures, lots of first attempt at learning, you'll be able to do hard things. If it's reading workshop, writing workshop, math, or Innovation STEM. I love this resource right here. It's actually Zootopia. It's from the movie Zootopia, but it's called Try Everything. Try it even if it's tricky or hard. And it sends a great message prior to actually having them do the challenge. We use a lot of growth mindset music to enhance our lessons. CJ Lucky, he has a fantastic Power of Yet. He also has a great rap called Try Everything, Yes I Can, and also Sesame Street has a super one out called The Power of Yet as well. So great resources to include music and fun within your lesson. So on the Flipgrid, there is, again, a video of myself asking them to please share what materials they used, if they wrote a plan, to actually hold up the plan, and then to take me inside their fort, to actually use their Chromebook and take me and show me the outside of the fort and the inside of the fort. It was amazing to watch all of the Flipgrids and to have the chance to respond back to the student. Again, making that personal connection, giving them feedback, and making it fun, that we can enjoy what they created, even though we're not in their homes. It still is that personalized piece that we are with you, even though we're not physically in your house. So Flipgrid's been a saving grace with all of the lessons, as far as like trying to make them more personalized. And the video piece is huge, because for non-readers, for our pre-K and K and early first grade, if I can put a video out on Flipgrid, I don't have to have them read it. They can listen to it and then respond with their words. So for our youngest learners, it's fantastic as well. I like to put in extensions and enrichment opportunities for all into my asynchronistic lessons, in case students want to dive deeper into the concepts that I'm teaching. Rosie Rivera Engineer is a super STEM book, and it's adorable. So this is a YouTube video that they can watch of Rosie Rivera Engineer. And then digging deeper into the engineering and design, this would be like for third and fourth grade. The vocabulary is a lot higher than the Brain Pop Junior that was in the earlier part. So I'm trying to differentiate the instruction by putting in some extension and enrichment opportunities within the asynchronistic lesson. Brain Pop instead of Brain Pop Junior. So again, it's higher vocabulary, deeper understanding of the concepts with the engineering and design process, but also fun because it's animated. And then just some Bitmoji Classroom with some growth mindset literature, and also the Class Dojo. The videos are phenomenal for growth mindset. So that, in a nutshell, is my lesson. Hopefully you got some good ideas from it, and it's been a blast teaching asynchronistically and providing differentiated instruction as part of the lesson. Hi, I'm really excited to share with you today one of my favorite STEM lessons. My name is Jane Marie McKay, and I am an innovation and gifted instructor in the Governor Mifflin School District. This particular lesson I've had a lot of success with, and it's been a lot of fun to teach it virtually and also here in person. So I've done it both ways. This lesson is called Domino Chain Reaction. I'm going to present my screen so you can see it. I want to go back to the very beginning. So typically, if we're in school, I give them the supplies they need, but for at home, they can use whatever they want in order to make their own Rube Goldberg. We start our lessons always in our innovation classroom, virtually or in person, with a growth mindset. We actually show the children that we can use the power of, and then we make the Y for yet, because it's important in order to start any task, whether it's writing workshop, reading workshop, or STEM challenges, with that growth mindset. And again, it's growth mindset or power of yet. That's how we start all of our lessons within the innovation room, whether we're virtual or in person. So this link to the slide is CJ Lucky, who is one of my favorite inspirations for growth mindset. He also has a Yes I Can video that's just as good as Power of Yet. We use Zootopia, Try Everything, Sesame Street, Power of Yet, all different levels to differentiate for the children to understand the importance of using that growth mindset, regardless of math, regardless of reading, writing, whenever we're trying hard tasks at school, at home, wherever. I would definitely encourage any educator to start the year with lots of great literature before going into academics. The literature I'm talking about is the growth mindset literature. So next slide. For this particular lesson, we use the Rube Goldberg book, The Simple Normal Humdrum School Day book. And I don't read the entire book in this particular lesson because it would get long and boring. But the slides are really, really cool. This button right here for click is a personalization of a Screencastify explaining to the students that they are not going to read the whole book, but they're going to look closely, really closely at 3 different Rube Goldbergs to get inspired, to get excited to actually create their own. So this is like the launch, the hook to really get them to want to make their actual Rube Goldberg. There's the next 3 are the ones that I go through with them if I'm with them virtually. If I'm doing an asynchronistic lesson, they could look through these pictures without me. If I'm doing it with them virtually, I'm reading it and they're following the letters in alphabetical order to actually see the chain reaction. This one, an easy way to get dressed, same way. They're going through, they're looking at the letters in alphabetical order. I'm doing the reading part and explaining the Rube Goldberg, which they love these illustrations. The last one, this is my favorite one, a sneaky way to get out of class early. Again, they're following in alphabetical order. They're looking closely at the illustrations and getting inspired to make their own. The next one is an actual YouTube video where it says click here. It's the massive chain reaction video, which shows them the really neat chain reactions, Rube Goldberg's, that people spend days and days and days upon, again, to give them that inspiration to try their own. Then the lesson goes into a really cool mystery dog. I love mystery dog. He is the best. I use him in my innovation room for so many different lessons, but this particular one, I just love him breaking down a chain reaction and actually asking an expert, which is part of what we do. We ask experts when we need advice, and he brings in an expert who breaks down the algorithm for the chain reaction and shows the children that step-by-step procedure. Again, Mystery Doug is incorporated within the lesson. And then, of course, the actual challenge that I'd like them to do. Now, I knew for this particular challenge right now, I sent home dominoes with my students so they could try it because I knew we were going virtual and I made a little STEM bag for them. But they didn't have to use that because on day 2, this is the fun part. This is where they dig deeper and they go into their actual households. They get all kinds of items, kindergarten all the way through high school could do this lesson where they gather their supplies from their house. They have voice and choice with what they want to pick and they build a chain reaction using materials from home. I asked them to send me pictures either on Dojo or send them to my email. Another great way would be to add a Flipgrid so you could actually see their chain reactions and their excitement with explaining it to you. And then this last slide is really important because it's the epic failures. The epic failures that fail, teaching them fail first attempt in learning, and that we learn more from our failures than we do when things go right. So the epic domino failure YouTube video, they love this because they like to see how other experts can actually fail when creating a chain reaction. So, in a nutshell, that sort of summarizes my lesson. I've had good results with this lesson all the way from kindergarten through, we've done it here at Governor Mifflin all the way through sixth grade. You could go higher than that, but I really encourage anyone to try this lesson because it's just so much fun.